I'm going to be marking the full length of my gown. So the full length of this thing, we are going to be stopping at the hip measurements first. Okay, so now I'm going to mark from this. I left 8 inches allowance from this bottom part to here, 8 inches. This is going to be for my V-shaped. All right, so from here now I'm going to mark 24 inches. So this is going to be my start point. Then I'm going to be marking this. This is going to be my start point and my shoulder measurements. Okay. So now I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder line. So my shoulder line is 7.5 inches. Then my neck width is 3 inches. Alright, so from this my shoulder point, I'm going to mark 1 inch down and I'm going to connect it to my neck width. This is to get my neck shoulder slope. Alright, so this is what I have as my shoulder slope. The next thing I'm going to do now is from this point now I'm going to come down by 7.5 inches. So this from my 1 point shoulder slope to 7.5 inch. So this is my chest line. So this is my chest line. Then I'm going to dividing this by 2 to get my armhole measurement. To get my armhole curve. So now the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to from this point now I'm going to be coming in by 1/2 inch. From this my armhole measurements. The center point of my armhole, I'll come in by 1/2 inch. I'm here now, I'm going to come in by 1/2 inch, alright? Then using the curve, I'll make curve drill. So this is what I have, okay? Now the next thing to mark is from this point now, from the start point, I'm marking my bust point, which is at 10, my under bust, which is at 13, my waist measurement, which is at 16. Alright, this is for my vertical measurement. Then I'll go ahead and label it. This shoulder, A, armhole, sorry, C, chest line, B, bust point, U, under bust, W, waist, head, hip line, and I'm going to label this as V. Alright, this is the V shape we are going to be getting. Then I'll go ahead and mark my dart line on it. So my nipple to nipple, that's my dart line, which is going to be 4 inches. Alright. So now I'm going to mark it. My dart is going to be stopping at 21 inches. That's the depth of my dart. And it's going to be starting from my bust point. Then my dart intake is going to be on my waistline, which is 1/2 inch on both sides of my waist. This for my dart intake. Alright, so now after doing this, the next thing I'm going to be marking is my measurements. Okay, so my bust measurement is 8.5. That's quarter of what I have. Then my hip measurement, I'm also going to mark it. Alright, then I'll go ahead and add my seam allowance. after which I'll connect the dots together. Okay, so this is what we have for our basic body. Okay, now for our neckline, for the front part now, I'm going to go to my bust line, which is here at 10 inches, and I'm going to mark half an inch inward from this center point. I'm going to be marking half an inch. Okay, then I'm going to connect this my half an inch now to my neck width. So I've connected it to my neck width. Okay, then from this my bust point now, or bust line, I'm going to connect it to my under bust, to my this dart that is at the under bust. You make use of your curve too, but if you can do it well with your hands, fine. Then the next thing I'm going to do is at this line, this is my bust points line, under bust line, sorry. I'm going to be coming in by half an inch, coming up by half an inch here. So this is my half an inch. And I'm going to connect it from this point now, this dart leg to this point. So this is what I'm going to be having. Okay, this is what I'm working with. Make it to be a little bit curvy. Then coming to this V part now, to get our perfect V, what I'm going to do is from my hip line, I'm going to be coming up by 2.5 inches. You can decide to come up by 3 inches or 2 inches. 2.5 is okay. So now I'm going to be connecting it from this my 2.5 inches. I'm going to be connecting it to my this point. Remember I added extra 8 inches. This is for my V. That's why I added extra 8. So this is what I will be having. Then I'll go ahead and cut this out. Before I go ahead and cut out this part that is going to be here, I want to cut out the back piece first. The next thing I'll be cutting out now is the back piece. So what I did was just to place my the front we have cut out already on top of the another fresh pattern paper. Alright, just what we have here. Okay, then I gave 2 inches spacing for it. This 2 inches spacing is for my zipper allowance, or for my zip allowance actually. Then I'll go ahead and make a rule on the waistline. So this is my waistline now. Okay, so this is the waistline, alright. Then I'm going to be coming in by half an inch, by 1 inches. This 1 inches I'm going in now is to control the zip bulge, alright. So it's not going to be so that our zip will lay very flat, okay, like it will lay very well. So I'm going to connect this to the bottom part and also connect the other one to the upper part. Same thing with this other part. Okay, so we'll now go ahead and cut it. Then the next thing is the depth of our neck for our back. So the depth of the neck is going to be 3 inches, 2 inches, sorry. Then we're going to be making our curve. So the depth is 2 inches. Then we'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is for my neck. Then another thing I'm going to also be marking on this back is my under bust measurement, because I'll still be using it to cut out the back. So now I'm going to be cutting this. This is just to control our zip bulge. So this is for my under bust. This is my under bust line. I'm going to be coming up by half an inch. I'm going to be connecting it to this point that is here. So this is for my back piece. This label back one, and this back two. Alright, then this is for our front. So we'll now go ahead and cut out this neck area. Then so this is for our front. You also label it your front. Okay, so this is what we have for our pattern drafting. We'll now go ahead and transfer this to our fabrics. This is the fabrics I'll be working with. I have about 3 yards of fabrics here. Then this is a crepe material, a bell crepe actually. So I have about 1 yard of, let me say 1 yard of crepe material, then 3 yards of Ankara prints or African prints. So this is small height target actually. So for my front, what I did was I slit my center point of my distant pattern paper, then spread it. So I'll be spreading it by, I'm working with 3 inches. I don't want it to be too this, so I'll be spreading it by 3 inches is okay for me. So I'll go ahead now. Either you tape it down if you want to, then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So that's what I'm going to do.